enough? I guess everybody's here, right? We'll call the meeting to order. There are 5 members present today, so it'll take 4 votes required to pass anything one way or the other. The board is authorized to grant or deny a variance by Part 3, Section 60 of the Englewood City Charter. Anyone aggrieved by a decision rendered by this board can appeal to the decision to the court of record. However, such appeal must be made within 30 days of the board's decision. Variances granted by the board are subject to a 30-day appeal period. The variance is effective at the end of the appeal period. Building permits for construction associated with the variance will not be issued until the appeal period is ended. Building permits must be obtained and construction begun within 180 days of the variance's effective date.
That was quick.
All right. Procedure of the meeting is the case will be introduced by the staff overview. Applicants will be present, and your request and reasons for the variance should be granted. Proponents will be given a chance to speak, and opponents will be given a chance to speak. And then the staff will address the board. Can we have roll call?
Present. Present.
Present.
Present.
Present. The public hearing for case number VAR 2017-004 at 3383 West Chenango Avenue. The applicant and the property owner is Alfred A. Herrera, 3383 West Chenango Avenue, Englewood, Colorado 80110.
I do. Jeremy Lott, Community Development Department. Good evening. Before you have case variance 2017 number 4, located at 3383 West Chenango Avenue. The applicant is requesting a variance to reduce the required side setback from 5 feet to 3 feet for a detached garage, which is a variance to table 1661.2 of the Englewood Municipal Code. Here on the presentation, just a general overview of the land. You can see the lots that are within the city limits of Englewood, highlighted in yellow. It's a single-family neighborhood. It's all zoned R1A. Directly to the north, behind the applicant's property, is the city and county of Denver. Just a closer up aerial of the property from Google Maps. You can see the house and a little patio, and then to the northwest, kind of the top left of the property, that's where the proposed garage would be. I believe there's parking there right now. The applicant submitted 3 neighbor notifications. All 3 were across the street, and they all were in favor of the request. This is a site plan. The applicant submitted a building permit that would initially have met the 5-foot setback. As the permit was going through process, the applicant and I discussed the possibility of reducing this 5-foot setback to 3 feet, and he wanted to proceed forward with the variance request based on a number of factors. But this is a site plan that was taken from the permit, so this 5 foot here would be reduced to 3 feet if this variance were to be approved. A couple pictures of the backyard. There's one There is a retaining wall in the backyard that the applicant is citing as a reason. And that's just a picture of that.
Is that along the rear property line?
That's along the rear. So if you look on this site plan, it's kind of up here along the rear. And it runs actually the length of several properties. Sorry.
And how far away is that from the rear property line? That says 10 inches, but it's kind of drawn to...
I believe it's 10 feet from the rear property line.
And do you know what the separation is between the garage and the house?
I think the applicant, from what I recall, he mentioned it would be 6 feet on this plan.
No alleys.
And there's no alleys, correct.
So is there an easement in the back for the power lines?
I would assume so. Excel, most times, when there are no alleys, they have a prescribed easement for their utility lines. And often, and occasionally the city sewer is in the rear too, but that kind of varies. That's all I have. Do you have any questions? Any other questions?
Okay. Well, call you back if we need to.
Okay.
Can the applicant come forward?
Yes. Alfred Herrera, 3383 West Chenango Avenue. Hi.
Hi. So do you have anything to add further than what staff has talked about, or?
Well, what Jeremy didn't say, the whole reason we need the variance is mainly access, where the position of the house is. The driveway that you can see is literally 18 feet wide, right to the property line. And so where the garage sits, if we go with the 5 feet, and then the minimum wraparound on the garage for the opening has to be at least a foot, because you got to put the garage door in there. And so that takes 5-6 feet away. And if we put an average 16-foot two-car garage door in there, that literally only gives us 13 feet of actual garage door that we can use. And yes, that is a little bit bigger than a single-car garage door, but that 2 other feet would make our life so much easier. I run a small landscaping business in Englewood and Denver, and it would be nice to be able to back the truck and trailer right into the garage if possible. But if I got to fight with 13 feet, and I'm right next to the house, it would just make life a lot tougher. And ultimately, that's the real reason I need it. I can't go any further back because that retaining wall sits exactly 10 feet off the property line, and then there's 7 additional feet, and the 7 feet start, so we can't, with the tree and the retaining wall, we just can't get very much further back there, because there's 7 feet from retaining wall to where the back of the garage will end, where I have it proposed right now.
Where's the tree? I'm not sure I saw
That tree right there. And it's right on on the other side of the fence, there's maybe 1.5 feet of earth, and then 10 feet on the other side of that to the neighbor's fence. And so there's really only like 6 feet there, but the proposed garage is going to be is going to end about 4 feet on this side of that tree. So even if I were to cut the tree down and all that, I think it's safer to not build directly right on top of the retaining wall. And I don't know how old the retaining wall is or anything. It was there since we bought the house.
How far is the tree from the back property line?
Probably 12 feet. And Public Service literally just came through about a month and a half ago and cleared all of the wires, all the lines off of the Public Service trim. Okay. I think there was a back picture. Right, see right there, there's a cement retaining wall the whole length of the thing, and then they built that railroad tie one on the other side of that, which stands about 4 feet tall. It's just and the retaining wall kind of angles in, so it would just be so much easier. It's all about access, ultimately. It's the only reason we need the extra 2 feet.
And how far away is the garage from the house?
It's 6 feet. And we asked, and they weren't sure if there was any specific code. They thought it would have to be at least 6 feet. And that's when way back when, before I would start writing up the permit.
So you're going to make the garage door just as wide as you can from the house towards the property line?
Yeah, even if we get the 3 foot variance, they'll probably still be about 3 feet of the garage door basically behind the house, which is fine. But that way I could have more like 14 feet where the garage door opens to back the cars in or whatever I need to get into the garage.
Any other questions for the applicant? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Is there anyone present who would like to speak in favor of this variance? Anybody opposed? Okay. I will then call the public hearing. Go ahead. Anything further you want to ask for staff? Okay, we'll close public comment then. I mean, it seems to me like it's reasonable given the site circumstances. What do you guys think?
Well, I'll make a comment. We have the same situation in my neighborhood. My daughter backs out of the garage straight down the driveway. Sometimes she misses, and she has hit the back of the house 3 times. Just so it is really, I probably shouldn't tell that.
Be careful, huh?
Yeah. She's lived in the house 20 years.
Yeah, because of the fact that there's no alley and the placement of the driveway and the constraints,
Yeah.
the lot line and the retaining wall and the tree, the options are limited.
Yep. And the distance between the back of the house and the garage is not very much either. I have more than that in mine, but they're all offset in the neighborhood.
Anything else? If not, I'd call for a motion.
I move that case VAR 2017-004 be granted a variance to reduce the required 5-foot setback to 3 feet for a detached garage. Maybe I need to back up for a second. So does that, the reference to 5-foot setback without saying side setback, is that a little unclear?
You can add side setback to the motion if you...
I'd like to withdraw my motion and reissue a new one. Okay.
The request says it. If you read that first line on the request.
You guys. Okay.
I apologize.
That's okay. I move that case VAR 2017-004 be granted a variance to reduce the required side setback from 3 feet or from 5 feet to 3 feet for a detached garage. This is a variance to table 16-6-1.2 of the Englewood Municipal Code.
So moved.
Second. Okay. Any further discussion? Not, we'll vote.
I voted yes. Oh, wait, I'm first. You're not the left of me.
Why did you vote yes?
Sorry. I voted yes. First criteria, we have trees. We have a very deep retaining wall that, for drainage reasons, everything else you don't want to get near. Second criteria, they're just trying to build a garage that, for every intensive purpose, meets permit and code. Third criteria, They just want 2 feet, so no issue there. And fourth criteria, they bought the house as is. They're not the ones who put in the retaining wall. So that's why I voted yes.
I voted yes for the reasons stated, and I'll add for criteria 1, the retaining wall, the location of the driveway, the lack of an alley, the property line orientation, all tend to make combine to make a unique physical condition for this property.
I voted yes for the reasons stated, but also I'll add to the second criterion that it is the intent of this zone district to allow for accessory structures, and this variance will allow that to happen.
I voted yes for the reasons stated.
I voted yes for the reasons stated. Thank you. Move now to approving the meeting minutes from last month, which I was not at, so I will not vote on that, but we had a motion to accept them.
So moved.
Any seconds?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No. Nobody said it. All right. So the meeting minutes from last month are approved. And we move to the official record, right? We have to approve that for findings of fact. So I will entertain motion to approve those as presented before you.
I move to approve the findings of fact. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Going quickly tonight. Anything from staff? You have anything from the legal side of the world?
The new city attorney is supposed to be starting sometime in early April, April 3rd. That's the only real news I have. But I will still be coming to these.
That was the next question.
Yeah. So that's all I have.
Anybody on the board have anything? Move to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I got to use it.
Really fast.
I think it takes 3 gavels.
No, it doesn't.